We can all hear that. Bless you. As
you mute yourself.
Everybody can mute themselves right now, and then when I ask for answers, you can unmute yourself to respond. Would that be helpful? So everybody click mute. Ooh, look at all those red buttons go pop, 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 pop. All right, how do you mute? You push. You can stay on, Charlie.
Yeah, how do you mute?
If you don't know how, then don't worry about it and just stay quiet until it's time for answers, okay?
On the bottom, it has a microphone.
Yep, microphone. Gavin just clicked it. Okay, so let's get started on this lesson, shall we? So we just did the intro lesson and lesson 1, which gave us the ideas behind what does it mean to be a fraction. And in this case, we're now going to talk about true equal shares. 4 friends share 2 small pizzas. And no, they're not real pizzas. There are imaginary pieces here. And it says, what are 2 ways the pizzas can be divided equally? And how much pizza will each friend get? So, same as we always do, we look at the samples that they're going to give us. And it says, draw 2 circles to show the pizzas. Here's 2 circles. Here's 2. The first way, they say divide each into 4 equal slices. But what was my answer to how many friends are there? How many friends did we start with?
Miss Kiss.
Yes, Charlie.
Do we just get a plain piece of paper?
No, remember when we do these in the classroom, I'm going to do all the writing to start us off. So you guys are just going to listen to the questions and give me your answers. I'm your pencil right now.
Okay.
Okay. So the question is, how many? Somebody just used the chat box. What are we doing over here?
Gavin did.
Gavin, we're not writing comments unless you're telling me the answer. Okay, so right now the question is, how many friends are there trying to share the pizzas? Nobody?
4.
Thank you.
4.
There are 4. So I'm going to put 4 in each spot. They divided it into 4 slices each, but it says there are blank equal parts. How many equal parts are there in this side?
4.
How many altogether? How many equal parts altogether? 8.
8.
Each friend can have 2 equal parts because we know that 8 divided by 4 friends is 2. Look at that. Your division is coming back in the land of fractions.
How do you use the chat box for your answers?
Say what?
How do you use the chat box for your answers?
If you wanted to type your response.
I want to talk.
If you wanted to type your answer instead of saying it out loud. Because I can watch that too. Up top where it says people, next to it says chat, Harrison. Bless you.
I don't see where it says people.
That's okay. Right now you're chatting us out loud.
I think
All right, let's work on the other side, guys. There are 4 friends. Instead of this time dividing it into 4 slices each, they took them and divided it into, a different way of showing 4 slices. But how many equal parts are on this side?
2.
4. All together, guys. How many equal parts? 4. Now it says each friend will get 1. I use the division rule. 4 pieces divided by 4 friends equals 1 piece each. All right? So let's come down to the bottom where we say try it. 4 girls share 3 oranges equally. Wait a minute. They're going to share 3 oranges equally? How can I divide 3 by 4 things? Well, let's go each step. 3 circles. No, my circles are not perfect. Draw lines to divide them equally. Well, I can draw them in half, but will that get me equal sharing?
No, that'll get you 6.
So what if I cut them in half again? How many pieces do I have now?
12.
I now have 12 pieces. If I have 12 pieces, what can I do in order to find out what I'm going to have?
Why did Luke say 9?
Well, maybe he didn't see all the pieces, guys. It's not the end of the world. So the question is, how am I going to solve this? I've got 4 girls and 3 oranges. How many pieces will they each get?
Maybe. Am I muted?
Use your division.
They can all get my bed.
Use your division. If I have 12 pieces and there are 4 girls,
3. You can all get 4.
they're all going to get 3 pieces each. So notice, what does it say? Shade the part one girl gets. So one girl is going to get 3 pieces of an orange. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
I got more yeses. Okay, let's eat some granola bar stuff. Now, these 2 kids are planning to oh, it's lasagna. And they're sharing it with 6 friends. They do not agree on the way to cut the pan into equal parts. Will each friend get an equal share using Melissa's way or Kyle's way? Look at the pictures and decide which way will get you equal sharings.
Both.
Why?
Because they're both equal. It's just Kyle, you get a bigger piece, but Melissa can give out more lasagna to more friends.
Anybody else want to give something?
Only Kyle's way, because Melissa only has 8, and you can't split 8 with 6. That would equal 2 pieces left, which then you can't share it with everyone else to get a second.
Well, remember the question we're looking at is, which will each friend get an equal share? That's the first question. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on her side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on his side. Will they give equal shares?
Yes.
Yes.
Kansas, Nebraska. Yeah.
Roman, we can hear you reading, bud.
Okay.
And we're a little distracting, okay? Will Melissa's, that's okay. Will Melissa's shares and Kyle's shares have the same shape? No. Will their shares using either way be the same size?
No. Technically, yeah.
Yes, Luke, you're right. Because this is 1/8 and this would be 1/8. They look different, but they're equal in size. So each friend will get an equal share. So does it matter, guys? Does it matter that it's cut this way versus this way?
No.
No. In this case, they're both equal to 1/8 of the lasagna. Which would you rather see on your plate, though? Would you rather see a long, skinny piece or a big block piece?
Long, skinny block. Kyle, block.
All right. You guys are entitled to your opinion of which you think you would rather have on your plate. So 2 friends share 4 oranges equally. Ooh, this should be easy. 2 friends, 4 oranges. How am I going to split it?
Each person gets 2.
Woohoo! You got it. There's person number 1. There's person number 2. Nicely done. And it says, use the pictures to find out how much each one gets. I've solved it. But down here says, draw lines to show how much each person gets. There are 8 sisters, but there are 3 egg rolls.
Oh my God.
Here's where I think of multiplication. What will I get if I multiply 8 times 3?
24. 24.
So I have to figure out, can I split this in a way that I'll make it into 24 pieces? Yeah.
Really small.
It would be very small. Oh, how many pieces do I have right now?
6.
All right. If I split each one again, how many pieces do I have now?
13.
Check again.
12.
12. I would have to keep cutting this until all of the pieces equal 24. Okay, and then they would each get 3 1/8 pieces. It's not, I get it's a little tricky right this second. It'll make more sense as we do more of these. Look at this. I have 6 students and they're sharing 4 bagels. Can they each get 1 bagel?
Yes. No.
I have 6 students and they've got 4 bagels. Can they each get 1?
No.
Can they each get half?
Yes.
Yeah. Nathan joined.
Okay, good. What happens if they each get half? Will you have leftovers?
Yes, you'll have
Yeah.
chocolate bagel left over.
So we'd have to be a little tricky. Again, I'm going to break it into 24 pieces. They're each going to get so much of a bagel to break it down. So let's keep going. Let's talk about some granola bars. 3 classmates share two granola bars equally. How am I going to cut it to share for 3 people? If somebody's outside, you got to mute yourself so we don't hear the wind. How can I break this up?
What is that? My ears are popping.
Somebody's outside. Mute your computer, please.
Who is outside?
Why would somebody?
Or maybe it's Nathan putting his ear pods on.
Oh, well, that could be. Remember, I'm not looking at your pictures. I'm looking at to see who's here.
Yeah, good.
So, can we split granola bars for 3 friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Split the granola bars in half.
Will half be enough to
I have
be
to go for a
equal?
minute.
Split it into 3.
Into 3. Always imagine if I only had 1, and you said you have 1, and you need to split it between 3 people. You'd say, oh, you
But
each
right
get a
now-
third.
3 pieces.
Turn it into thirds.
So now, if there's 2 of them, they're still only going to get a third of each one. How many pieces is it now?
6.
6. If I had done 3 times 2, would I have gotten 6 pieces?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so they're each going to get 1/3 of a bar or 2 out of 6 pieces. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody not quite sure on what we're doing yet? Be honest.
Something's happening.
All right, I'm hearing silence. I'm seeing a few mimes. Okay, let's look at our sandwiches to keep going with this idea. I have 4 brothers with 2 sandwiches. If I said I only have 1 sandwich, all right, there might be a fist fight and a little knockdown to get to that sandwich first. But if Mama said you have to share 4 brothers in 1 sandwich, how many parts would they each get if I only had 1 sandwich?
1.
They get 1.
They would
Each
each
that 1.
They would each get a quarter of it. But now I have 2 sandwiches. I'm still going to cut it into quarters. So now how many will they get from 1 sandwich?
2.
2 and half.
They'll get, you're right, they're going to get a half of a sandwich. So this is brother number 1. Somebody needs to mute their machine or stop whatever that action is. Okay, brother 3, brother 4. Does that make sense? I had
Yes.
4 people, and I split it. They got half and half, half and half. It's the same as saying they got 2 of the 4 pieces each. Okay, I see Cole with a big yes over there, so it's making more sense. Let's go. We have 8 friends, 4 sheets of construction paper. Someone has to mute their machine. I don't know who that is.
It's because this is very, very laggy.
I can't help that, kiddo. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but the internet is what the internet is.
Yeah.
8 friends share.
Everyone just everything just pauses for 5 seconds, and then it comes back.
Okay. Someone is doing a lot of something over there that's
It
making
might
extra
be
sound.
Nathan's earbuds.
All right, so Nate, stop breathing on your earbuds.
It's maybe like the plug turning or something. That's what makes it plug.
Well, it could be we're hearing him breathe. All right, but we've got, I think, a full class in here. I'm impressed.
Wait, how did you muted?
Why is there 16 people?
Well, I count as 2.
Her presentation.
Yeah, I count as 2.
Miss, how would it be Nathan? He's muted.
Connecting.
Well, that means he's muted now. He wasn't before. All right, so let's
Oh my
look.
God, a lot of people are still.
We only have 10 more minutes. So I want to make sure you really understand this so that when your homework goes live, you're going to be able to follow through and do. 8 friends, 4 sheets. Imagine I only have 1 sheet. How will I split it for 8 people?
Do you like that thing? I don't know. Cut it.
I would cut it into how many pieces?
8.
8 pieces. Now, I've got 2 sheets of paper. How many pieces will each one get?
1.
Think about it. 8 divided by 1 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is... 8 divided by 2 sheets is...
4.
4. I would cut each 4 pieces.
I am bored.
Can I do 8 divided by 3?
Welcome back to Bored with Cole.
Guys, can I do 8 divided by 3?
No.
I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to because that would get a little crazy right this second. But can I do 8 divided by 4?
Yes.
Yes, I can. How will I do that? What is 8 divided by 4?
2.
2. So if I cut each into 2 pieces, bless you. Do you have 8 parts?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How much of each construction paper will someone get?
2.
No, this is 1 piece of construction paper. How much will 1 person get? Each person's going to get this amount. How much is that? 1/2. They're each going to get a half of a sheet of paper. But if I said, oh, but out of all of the papers I had, they're going to get 1 out of 8 of the pieces. There are multiple ways I can show this. All right, I'm going to jump. Sharing 3 sandwiches equally. 3 sandwiches, 6 people. They're each going to get a piece from each. So we say they get 3/6 of a sandwich. I have 3 because it's a piece from each. The word 6 implies how many. Remember, some number over some number. This 6 tells me the number of pieces, the guy on the bottom. They talk about numerator. Can everybody mute their computer right now?
Oh.
Everybody mute.
I don't know how to
Really?
Charlie, you're okay because I don't think you're the one with the strange sound. Are we muting? Go back to the chat box to chat unless your name is Charlie who can talk to me. Okay, that sound has lessened. When we talked yesterday, we had a number on top, a number on bottom. The top is that numerator. That tells me how many of these pieces. In this case, it was 3. This is the denominator. I don't know how to spell that right this second. But we're going to keep going, blah, blah, blah. Denominator, that tells me the whole amount. This is the part. Okay, maybe it is Charlie that's making the sound. Nope, I still have people that are not muted. That's not helpful to us.
I'm trying.
Okay, looking around, looking around. Nathan's not muted. Chloe's not muted. That might not be helpful to us. Oh, I got a ding. Who else is joining? I think I'm out of kids. Okay, so looking at this, if I'm going to look at the fraction, I'm going to have some number on top, some number on bottom. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 granola bars with 4 teammates. It says to draw to show how much each person gets. If I've got 4 teammates for each, what kind of drawing will I make it in? How many cuts? You can type in your answer. You can unmute yourself to get an answer. Nobody?
I think Frankie's also doing a class, a live class at his school.
Okay, but that won't interfere with us. He's in a different spot. Nobody wants to tell me how to cut this? Nobody remembers how many teammates there are? Imagine if I only had 1 granola bar for 4 friends. How many parts is it going to get? Did you all go to sleep on me? You can unmute to give your verbal answer or go to the chat box.
I don't know what it is.
Well, if I have one bar and you've got 4 friends, how are you going to share it? I give you 1 chocolate bar. You've got 4 people. How much will each person get from 1 chocolate bar?
1/4.
1/4. So I'm going to break it. But I'm going to break each one, imagining that I only had that bar. Somebody is still a lot of loud sounds over there. Now, the question says, how much will each person get? Well, if I imagine one person,
I hear them.
ready? This is Bob. Bob's in purple. He's eating his quarter from each piece. How many quarters did he eat? 5 quarters. So 5/4 of a bar. You could also say, one, two, three, four. 4 pieces makes how much? If I cut a bar into 4 pieces and he ate 4 pieces there, that's 1 whole bar plus, yes.
I thought you said he ate a quarter.
As in an amount, not like it goes with the dollar. Cole, if you're rolling around, that's making the computer make the sound.
It's freezing everyone's face, and then it's like on a pose, like, and then it's like.
So for our next class, I'm going to say no one can have their computer screen on if that helps us not be so goofy in there. All right? Here's 2 more. What is that noise? I don't know who's making the noise, guys. We're trying to figure that out. Charlie, whatever's in your hand, put it down. That's not part of math class. All right, we're on pause until someone mutes their computer. Because I don't know who's making all that extra sound, but your classmates can't hear. Okay, it sounds like that sound has stopped. So we're going to keep rolling. We got 2 more questions, and then your homework is active as of right this moment. So 2 last questions. 2 friends share 3 fruit bars equally. How much do they get? Well, let's go back to the thinking. If 2 friends share 1, how much do they get?
Half.
They're going to get half. So I'm just going to split each one in half. It says, how much does each friend get? So imagine that one person, I color in his parts. How much does he get?
3 halves.
3 halves. You guys have it. You guys are catching on quick. 3 halves. And that's my answer. So on your homework, you're going to get something like this, and it'll say, how much do they get? They may have you cut it. They may have you just say that how many parts they're going to get. You can use scrap paper to help yourself figure it out. Now, 4 brothers, they're fighting over pizza now. They've got 3, but always go back to the first one. If I only had 1, they'd each get
4.
They're going to get 4 pieces?
Well, they each get 1 piece.
Woo! So I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, and then I'm going to go do the same to everybody else. And now the question is, how much does each brother get? So I color in my part, I color in my part, I color in my part. How much do they get? 3 what? What do we call that part? Nope. 3/4.
1.
But what you're going to use, you're not going to be writing quarters. You're going to say 3/4. Because this is 1 out of 4 pieces that they got. So you're going to write fourths, not quarters. Okay, the person that's writing 800 times the number 3, please stop. Okay?
I'll stop.
Does this make sense a little bit more now?
Cole, stop.
Cole, please stop. Thank you. Does this make sense now, guys? Where you're going to look at that first number, cut it apart, and then do the same to the ones next to it. Then you have 1, 2, 3 pieces, and it's that amount that's there. When you go to do your homework, if you are stuck or unsure, the window for the self-help is still open. This stays open till 12 o'clock. So when you go do your math, if you get stumped on something, come right back over here and say, Miss Kiss, I'm working on number such and such, and this is what it says. Can I have help? Absolutely. Okay. Please also remember to do rocket math every day. I was trying to not have to assign it this week, but some of you have not logged in at all since last Friday. So, starting tomorrow, I may have to make it a daily assignment again. So right now, anybody
Do we have to do it on the weekends?
No, you don't. Just Monday through Friday. And it will tell me how many times you logged in. So if I see a letter still on my list, it means you didn't log in at all. Okay?
Wait, we don't have to do work on the weekends. The
No.
weekends are weekends.
Weekends are for fun. So does anybody have any questions about fractions so far? About what does it mean to
No.
make equal shares?
No.
No? Beautiful. All right, I'm going to stop recording. You guys can log out. Thanks for coming. And go have some fun with your math, okay?
Bye.
Bye.